What's up everyone, this is John the Skate Better, and today we're setting up a brand new deck. So I just ordered this brand new Plan B deck that I'm going to open in a second, but first we need to disassemble this hockey deck. So most of you know I've been skating this deck for about 2.5, 3 months now. I put in some good work. It was lasting really well and holding up, and literally 2 days ago I just had this happen. This big chunk of wood kind of split open. I was practicing fakie flips and I landed primo really hard, and that's what did it. So like I said, I do have to disassemble this bad boy first, so I'm gonna take this hockey apart really quick. I'm gonna use the same setup, bearings, wheels, trucks that I've been skating. I really like them. There's still a lot of life left in all 3 components, so I'm gonna keep that going. And I'm just gonna switch up the deck and the grip tape. So it'll feel super fresh but familiar at the same time, and I'm super stoked. So let's get this started. And let me just also say again how much I love taking off and putting on the hardware. Said no one ever. No, I'm just messing. I feel like it can be kind of like a meditative experience sometimes when you're doing this. But usually, more often than not, it's not something that I find too much enjoyment doing. Okay, so there we go. This is done. I loved you, hockey deck, and it is time to retire you on the wall and maybe use you in a future demo for reference, or I do plan on giving and donating all my decks at some point. I just want you all to know that. I think a lot of the times when I'm finished, someone else can keep skating it, so I am gonna give back to the community. However, I do like to keep some of them for the videos, so you guys can reference them and use them to compare the other decks I've skated. So I don't wanna give all of them away, but I will give some of them away. And this one is just a really cool graphic, so I might hang on to this one. Okay, fresh razor. Okay. All right, so let's get it open. So a couple things I noticed right off the bat. This deck definitely has a mellow concave, and it has reasonable pitch in the nose and a little bit less of a pitch in the tail. So if I stack the hockey, you can kind of see the pitch is actually somewhat similar in the nose, though it is a little bit more mellow for the Plan B. So definitely a little bit more mellow pitch. Same thing with the tail. Got a bigger space here, so the tail is much more mellow than the hockey tail. And then this board has mellow concave, so you might not be able to tell that too much. I think it's a little bit easier when I look at it like this angle dip, compared to this dip is super shallow. So I'm really looking forward to that. I wanted a deck that had a little bit more of a mellow concave and less pitch. I said that in my last video. I think it's just gonna help with the snapping and the timing. Something else I noticed that I also really like is it looks like there's a lot of flat space. So between the drill marks here and where the pitch starts to go up, there's a good amount of space, and the nose there's also a good amount of space. And I really feel like that's gonna help me with my sliding and my flip tricks, and I feel like it's gonna give me more space for my manuals. So I'm really excited to try this deck. So far it looks really nice. So I wanted to go over the measurements of this deck really quick before I put the grip tape on. So this deck measures 8.375 wide by 32.1 length, and then it has a wheel pace of 14.25. So it's basically an 8.38. It's the tiniest bit longer than the last deck. So the hockey was a 31.9, and this is a 32.1. So ever so slightly longer, which will probably help me because I'm taller. And then the wheelbase is nice and compact. So I really think I'm gonna like that for manuals, hopefully for tray flips and other things like that. One more thing about this shape that I noticed is the tail looks like it has a slight taper to it. So not as fat as the hockey. And the nose looks like it also has a slight taper going on. So this is definitely not as popsicle-y as the primitive that I skated, or definitely not as the hockey. But even it's a little bit more tapered than the primitive. It almost reminds me of like a baker shape. That's what this is kind of reminding me of right now. But anyways, I'm excited. Let's get the grip tape on. And it's interesting, something I feel like I don't notice usually on Shake Jump, it looks like there's perforations in it this time. I feel like normally it's not perforated, so kind of weird, but that's cool. If Shake Jump starts perforating their grip, great, because I hate air bubbles. All right, so basically just line it up. I like to align my tips first to make sure I have enough space. And then I kind of go in and see it, make sure I have space here and here on each side. And then once that feels good, I make sure I have a little bit on each tip. I start to press down. Okay friends, so I got a fresh razor here. That's really all you need to do this. I'm gonna make my little slit right here in the concave area. That's what I like to do. And I just realized I didn't trace my grip tape, which I always do. So I'm gonna take this, my skate tool, and just make an outline. I'll probably mute this in the video because it's super annoying. So once again, that's an optional step. You don't have to do it, but I like having something to trace. It just helps me visually a little bit more. All right, so pretty clean. Not the best grip tape job I've ever done, but definitely not the worst. So if you've seen my videos before, you know I'm a sander, which means that I'm one of the people that likes to take the leftover grip tape and sand down the edges. So I'm gonna do that next. Just helps it look a little bit more flush. So I'm just gonna poke the holes through for the hardware. Okay, one side down, one to go. Also, I don't know why, but I like the way that white decks look. Even though they get destroyed, I just think they look cool. So pro tip, always label your trucks. I just use a Sharpie at the bottom. This one has the F, and that's how I know it's my front truck. All right, one down, one to go. All right, friends, we are ready for action. So we got this Plan B Chris Jolson deck set up, the 8.375, feeling really good. We got the Kyle Walker Shake Junk grip, and then I stuck with the Thunder trucks. I got the Spitfire 52 conicals, and then I'm still rocking the Bronson Raw bearings. And then diamond hardware, like I mentioned. So this deck looks awesome. It feels like it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to try it. I feel like, I don't know, it's got a good feeling about it. I don't know what it is. The other thing I noticed is that it looks like I have more clearance here, which is really good because I'm used to getting a lot of wheel bite, and I think that's gonna help me out a lot, just having it be a little bit more of a mellow concave. So once again, super excited. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment. You can leave any thoughts or questions you have for me in the comments and I will get back to you. But that's gonna wrap up this video. I appreciate you all for watching. Thanks and take care.